Charles the Bold, Duke of Burgundy, a name that echoed with power, ambition, and ultimately tragedy. He was not content with the limitations of his dukedom. He dreamt of a kingdom to rival France, to challenge the Holy Roman Empire itself. His ambition knew no bounds. Charles envisioned a vast kingdom stretching from the North Sea to the Alps, united under his iron fist. This was the dream that fueled his every action. This was the prize for which he would wage war and forge alliances. He lived in a world on the cusp of change. The old medieval order was crumbling. New ideas were taking root. Charles, however, remained a man of medieval ambition. He sought power through conquest and dynasty, through the clash of steel and the whisper of marital contracts. Burgundy in the 15th century was a sight to behold. Its cities buzzed with commerce. Ghent, Bruges and Ypres, these were the engines of northern Europe's economy. Their streets thronged with merchants from across the known world, their coffers overflowing with gold. The Duchy of Burgundy, though technically a vassal of the Holy Roman Empire, held true power. The Dukes of Burgundy were not puppets of emperors. They were masters of their own destiny. They commanded armies that rivaled any king's, their banners a familiar sight on battlefields from the English Channel to the Rhine. The Dukes of Burgundy were patrons of the arts. Their courts were centers of learning and culture. They commissioned magnificent tapestries, exquisite paintings, and soaring cathedrals. They understood the power of image, of projecting an aura of majesty and might. Charles's ambition was not built on empty dreams. He had a plan, a vision for a new Burgundy, a kingdom carved from the heart of Europe. Lorraine, Alsace, the Swiss cantons. These were the missing pieces of his grand puzzle. He would use any means necessary to achieve his goals. War was his preferred tool. His armies were the finest in Europe. His men were well-equipped, well-trained, and utterly devoted to their duke. Marriage was another weapon in his arsenal. His daughter Mary was his most valuable pawn. Her hand in marriage was a prize sought by kings. Charles skillfully maneuvered her through the treacherous waters of European diplomacy, always seeking to maximize his own power. Charles's campaigns were initially met with success. He expanded his territories, crushed his enemies, and seemed on the verge of achieving his impossible dream, but his victories were short-lived. His enemies, sensing weakness, united against him. The Swiss, once content with mountain neutrality, rose up in defiance. They were a new kind of enemy. They fought not for glory or land, but for their freedom. The battles of Grandson and Morat were disasters for Charles. His proud army, so used to victory, was shattered by the Swiss pikemen. His aura of invincibility was gone. The final blow came at the Battle of Nancy. The Duke, leading a desperate charge, was cut down. His body, mangled beyond recognition, was found days later, frozen in the snow. His dream of a Burgundian kingdom died with him. His death sent shockwaves across Europe. His vast domains were divided. His ambitions left unfulfilled. His daughter Mary, now the richest heiress in Europe, was forced to marry Maximilian of Habsburg to secure her inheritance. This union shifted the balance of power in Europe, laying the groundwork for centuries of conflict between France and the Habsburgs.